to Spectrum News at 2. I am Janice Cobham, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Let's take a look at the headlines. Senate President Akpabio names Bamidele Omoino tours Ibom Power Company, assures on improved power generation. Plus, Russia President Putin in SCO summit says sanction. Many thanks for joining us on the news this hour. We begin the news this afternoon from the Red Chambers, where the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, has announced the principal officers of the 10th Senate leader, Senator Dave Umahi from Ebonyi State as Deputy Senate Leader, Senator Ali Ndume from Borno State as Chief Whip, and Senator Lola Ashiru from Kwara State as Plateau North PDP Minority Leader. Oyel Wumi Olarere Oshun West PDP Deputy Mifai Hanga Kano Central NNPP Deputy Minority Whip, among others. And moving away from that, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission reports say the meeting is the first of such open for coverage since the 2023 general elections were concluded. On the agenda, the meeting in Kogi and Imo in November this year. In the meantime, the Independent National Electoral before the Presidential Election Petition Court, PEPC, INEC's lawyer Abubakar Mahmood announced the closure of the first respondent's case after the conclusion of the testimony of its sole witness. Dr. Mahmood also tendered some document from IREV that will not affect the physical results as recorded in Forms EC8, which are not blurred. In education now, the Registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, today said Jikeme, the candidate from Anambra State, whom the board accused of manually inflating her UTME score. Oloyede, in an interview with newsmen, the former Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ilorin, said with the JAM code scan, or she is part of a syndicate manufacturing purported JAM results. Mesoma from sitting for the examination for 3 years amid controversy surrounding her results. The JAM spokesperson Fabian Benjamin disclosed this in a statement to newsmen. According to claim that she scored 362, but JAM refuted it, and through the Federal Inland Revenue Service FIRS has announced the VAT Direct Initiative, a scheme aimed towards a normal economy. The FIRS disclosed this in a statement, noting that it would partner with the Market Traders Association of using a unified systems technology. According to the FIRS, the scheme will help tackle multiple taxation in the marketplace through partnerships with security agencies to curb the activity. State Governor Pastor Omoino has assured that the state government is taking steps to ensure improved power generation and distribution of the company in Ikot Abasi local government area, said he was not in the mode of acting on reports from the field without confirming things. The full state government apparatus to not just the company, but other government departments and agencies. The governor described as revealing his tour reports to enable him ascertain his take-off point in tackling the challenges. He appreciated them affecting the efficiency of the company, assuring that with a repositioning of the company, it will run optimally, and the State Woodbone Power Company engineer Itido Inyang, who conducted the governor and his team round the facility, highlighted on the operations of the company and requested for government's assistance to enable the power. Announced that the government is fully ready for the immediate takeover of the Dakada Global Oil Palms Limited formerly known as the Aqua Palms, to see to its complete revamping and revival to serve its purpose. Speaking during an inspection of the facility in Isareket local government area, Governor Eno disclosed that the resettlement initiative. The governor, who noted that the revamping of the farm would not only attract investments into the state, but would create jobs for the teeming unemployed youths, also supply plus adequate security as provided for the smooth running of the place. Earlier, in his welcome address, the chairman of Isareket local government area, Inyobong Robson, where the plantation is situated, applauded the governor for his determination to ensure that the farm is brought back to life, stressing that it takes only a visionary leader to have the interest of the people at heart. The event also featured the official declaration by the youth leaders and elders of the 6 host communities making up the 3 local government areas where the farm is situated of the. In the meantime, now Governor Moino has led the state government delegation to pay a condolence visit to the family tragic auto crash that claimed 12 lives that were from a church event in Lagos State. Governor Ino, who was accompanied by his deputy, Senator Akuniyayi, the Secretary, Dr. Ntidebe Akata, among other government functionaries, assured them of government support in these trying times. He prayed for the peaceful repose of the departed souls. In his response, Itogakpan thanks the governor for his thoughtfulness in identifying with the family during this difficult period, stressing that it was commendable, promised to visit the affected church subsequently. And now to Africa, where Senegal opposition politicians have reacted to President Macky Sall's announcement that he will not be a candidate in the 2020, and coordinator of the party of key opposition, PASTEF, Osman Sanko, said it was no surprise, noting that the pressure was such that he had no choice but to respect the constitution, which he himself cited several times. Meanwhile, the former Prime Minister Aminata Toure, who is now in opposition, said Sall's decision to respect the constitution was because of the mobile South Africa's Zulu king Musuzulu Kwazwelithini has denied allegations that he may have been poisoned, saying that he is in good health. The allegation comes amid over the weekend that the king was being treated in neighboring Eswatini for suspected poisoning. Also suspected poisoning, but the king's official spokesman denied it and said the king was in perfect health. Continue to oppose Western sanctions following Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. Putin said this in his address since last month's mutiny in Russia. The Russian president backed trade accords between SCO nations, UN, and urged other SCO members to follow the same process. And still on the foreign scene, local military officials have said, speaking with newsmen, the local ministry official Vyacheslav Chuas said all 3 men are in moderate condition and the area near the border, which Russia has experienced frequent shock, the latest attack. And still to come in the news, Chelsea to sign Brazilian midfielder for Pochettino. Do stay with us. Many thanks for still being there. Now to the rest of the stories. We begin from our business scene. On our business news, the central operators in Nigeria POS. This is reportedly following increases in POS charges across Lagos, Ogun and Edo State. This was disclosed to newsmen by the National Public Relations Office. According to him, Other states are working to follow in Lagos' footsteps and increase transaction charges. On Friday, June 30, the PRO, Amban, Lagos chapter, Stephen Adioye, declared that the Association Lagos chapter of the organization, Elegbede, told newsmen that POS agents are adjusting their prices to reflect the country's current economic realities. And still in business, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company NNPC Limited has announced plans to install carbon emission. It is also said the company would be investing in electric vehicles to meet local demand, as the NNPCL was currently discussing with an indigenous firm involved in it. The managing director, NNPC New Agency Limited, Kanayo Chukwu, all firm in promoting the use of electric vehicles in Nigeria, Odell, said there is a startup from Maiduguri that is into renewables and electric vehicles. Odell further stated that the firm was looking at embarking on solar projects to supply power. In health now, the Federal Capital Territory FCT administration has announced the outbreak of diphtheria infections in some parts of Abuja. The Director, FCT Public Health Department, Dr. Sadiq Abdurrahman, made the disclosure during a news conference. Dr. Abdurrahman said that the disease had already killed 4-year-old. He recalled that the outbreak of the disease had earlier been confirmed in Lagos, Kano, and Ondo states in January, noting that it triggered a national response by the National Center for Disease. The director tasked redress to the relevant authorities. And still in health now, the World Health Organization WHO and the United Nations Children's Fund, in a new report, stated that good nutrition, health safety, security, and early learning. The report highlighted the need to step up investment in essential areas for interventions in a child's first years of life, especially in the poorest and most fragile countries. The director of Baniji said while the report showed encouraging progress, greater investment is needed in the foundational early years so that children everywhere can have the best possible start for a healthy life ahead. In sports down, Chelsea are reportedly exploring a move to sign Flamengo's Matheus Franca for their new manager Mauricio Pochettino. Reports say Chelsea are exploring a move for the Brazilian star in a deal that could cost up to 25 million. Ham United and Crystal Palace are the two clubs linked with keeping tabs on the situation. Franca started his career in the Flamengo Academy before arriving in the scene in the first team squad in 2021. And still in sports now, the Scottish champion 24 initially joined Celtic on loan from Benfica in 2021 before Celtic signed him on a 5-year deal last summer. He contributed 28 goals and £20 million move to Al Ittihad in recent days. On our entertainment news, the videos unavailable featuring Musa Keys has continued from 15 places to number 60 as it enters its 10th week on the chart. And still on entertainment, Ghanaian singer-songwriter Dan Drizzy has unveiled his highly anticipated array of singles throughout the past year, adding that with the release of the EP, he has proven to be a rising star in the industry. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website on spectrumtv.ng. You have been watching Spectrum News at 2. My name is Janice Cobham. Do have a good afternoon.